What just happened between Kamala Harris and Meghan Markle? It's wild. We're talking about real drama on a Netflix set, yelling, walkouts, and a political firestorm that no one saw coming. It all started with Meghan Markle's big Hollywood comeback. Her show, With Love, Meghan Season 2, was supposed to be a soft, heartfelt lifestyle series, a little cooking, some celebrity chats, and good vibes. But this time, Meghan wanted more. She wanted impact. She wanted to make waves. So she pitched the idea of bringing politics into the mix. Not just anyone either. We're talking about high-profile figures like California Governor Gavin Newsom and the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris. Shockingly, Kamala said yes for a short cameo in episode 4, just 10 minutes, simple, clean, professional. The idea? She'd announce her plans to run for governor of California. Casually and quietly, during a relaxed on-camera chat with Meghan. Sounds powerful, right? But then, total chaos. From the minute Kamala stepped on set, things started falling apart. Meghan, who was supposed to stick to a script, started going completely off track. She forgot lines, she rambled. She even started bringing up Donald Trump again and again, even though everyone had agreed, no Trump talk. Kamala was clear. Before filming, no surprises, no drama, and absolutely no politics that could drag her into controversy. But Meghan, she saw an opportunity. In her mind, stirring the pot was genius. Controversy meant buzz. Buzz meant views, but this wasn't Meghan's private podcast. This was the Vice President of the United States, and Kamala wasn't having it. By the fifth take, Kamala had had enough. Meghan wouldn't stop improvising. She kept throwing in jabs, trying to stir things up, and it wasn't just awkward, it was disrespectful. And then it happened. Kamala snapped. She didn't just quietly excuse herself, she exploded. She called the whole setup a waste of time, called Meghan unprofessional, and told her right to her face that she didn't deserve to host such an important moment. Kamala pointed straight at Meghan, no filters, no holding back, and just like that, she stormed off. Her entire team followed. Security, cameras cut, done. That 10-minute cameo? Gone. The episode? Wrecked. The entire set? In shock. Netflix, panic mode. This scene was supposed to be the centerpiece of the whole season. It was going to make headlines. Instead, the biggest moment they had just blew up in flames. And Kamala? She made it crystal clear she wanted the footage deleted, not trimmed, not edited, erased. She didn't want her name attached to the show at all. Not now, not ever, and it didn't stop there. Netflix executives like Greg Peters and Ted Sarandos were left scrambling. This was supposed to be a peaceful lifestyle show, and now they were cleaning up a political scandal. Everyone started whispering the same question: is Meghan worth the trouble? Behind the scenes, people were fuming. Greg Peters was seen pacing the studio lot, muttering that the show should have been canceled weeks ago. Ted Sarandos? He'd already been getting frustrated. Meghan's endless reshoots, her blown-up budget, her constant script changes, and now this. Oh, and it wasn't just Kamala who left angry. Gavin Newsom, who'd already filmed his segment weeks before, had his own issues. He came in expecting a lighthearted moment, tasting avocado toast, laughing, talking about leadership, but Meghan? Once again, she went off script. She started grilling him about California policy, then hinted at his rumored presidential run. The tone went from fun to tense, fast. Gavin didn't yell, but he cut filming short, and his team? They told Netflix future contact would be strictly professional, and Meghan? She thought she crushed it. She believed all the drama was good for ratings. She told her team, let them talk, they're still watching. But Netflix, they were seeing a disaster unfold. Crew members started tracking how long Meghan stayed in makeup compared to how much she actually filmed. Her personal team, made up of brand experts and vision managers, were fighting constantly with Netflix's actual production crew. Scripts were rewritten almost daily. Scenes got tossed out because Meghan didn't like the lighting. Rumors flew that she was secretly adding filters to her footage before the final edit. Yes, filters, and then came the breaking point. Episode 4, with Kamala gone, the episode had no structure. Meghan tried to rewrite the narrative to make herself the emotional heart of the season, but it wasn't working. The show stopped being about food, or conversations, or lifestyle. It became all about Meghan, and not in a good way. Netflix insiders started calling the show with Meghan about Meghan, only Meghan. Every episode turned into a monologue. No connection, no guests that stuck around. Just vague speeches about empowerment, political jabs, and emotional breakdowns over childhood memories. While slicing cucumbers, guests began pulling out. Some publicists demanded reduced screen time, others insisted on full control over their footage. One even requested final editing approval. That's how bad it had gotten, but Meghan still didn't get it. She thought the criticism meant she was doing something revolutionary. She said the backlash proved she was shaking the system. Her team kept telling her she was changing the game, but for Netflix, it wasn't bold. It was a liability. And then came the final episode. It was supposed to be a warm wrap-up. Guests returning, reflections, a heart-to-heart closing. But Meghan? She hijacked it. She made the finale a solo episode. Just her. 40 minutes of her voice, under dramatic lighting, delivering a speech about strength, resilience, and rising above critics. No guests, no food, no message. It felt like a TED Talk cross with a therapy session, and people noticed early. Screeners were brutal. One viewer said it felt like an open letter to her haters. Another said it was confusing and disconnected. And the worst part? Meghan referenced a heartfelt conversation with Kamala Harris, one that never happened because Kamala walked off the set. They tried to stitch together fake context for a scene that didn't even exist. Audiences could feel it. The whole thing felt fake. Even inside Netflix, people were distancing themselves. Editors asked to have their names removed from the credits. Producers began stepping back. One executive, in a leaked message, called it a car crash through a kaleidoscope, and Meghan still believed she was on the verge of a media revolution. She said the world just wasn't ready for her kind of storytelling. That discomfort meant she was doing something right. But there's a difference between shaking things up and burning everything down, and that's what she did. Her team stayed loyal. Still calling her a visionary, still pushing buzzwords like disruption and narrative shifting. But the truth? The show was a wreck. Netflix finally made their move. No press tour. No interviews, no promotions. They dropped with love, Meghan on a random weekday. At 3 a.m., quiet, no fanfare. Like they were sweeping it under the rug. And Meghan? She did one soft podcast interview, said she was grateful to share her truth. Said real change takes time, but she never mentioned the meltdown. Never admitted what happened on that set. Kamala? She moved on. Back to structured appearances. Never once mentioned the show. Her team shuts down any questions with one line: the vice president is focused on the future. And maybe that's for the best, because this was supposed to be Meghan Markle's moment, her big comeback, her grand statement to the world. But all it did was damage her reputation, destroy relationships, and remind everyone in Hollywood of one painful truth.